In this demo, we'll take a look at how Zscaler Cloud Sandbox works in tandem with CrowdStrike to enhance your organization's security posture. In this use case, through our API integration, the threat detected by Zscaler Sandbox can be correlated with CrowdStrike telemetry data automatically to pinpoint the infected endpoints in your environment. Zscaler can also trigger a containment response to the CrowdStrike platform. First, let's make the API-level connection between Zscaler and CrowdStrike. Starting from the Zscaler portal, navigate to the Partner Integration page and select CrowdStrike. This is where we will configure API credentials. Next, switch over to the CrowdStrike portal so we can create the necessary API credentials. Select API clients and keys. Here, we will create a new API client with specific API scopes. Once the new client is created, copy the client ID and secret and paste them back into the Zscaler portal. We also need to copy the CrowdStrike customer ID. To do this, select the User Details icon in the bottom left corner of the CrowdStrike portal. From here, copy the customer ID and paste it back in Zscaler. Then hit Test. API connectivity between Zscaler and CrowdStrike is now verified. Now, let's see this integration in action. From the client PC, we try to download an executable. Since Zscaler is always sitting in line, enforcing all security policies configured by the customer, Zscaler checks against its security engines to determine whether the executable is benign or malicious. In this case, Zscaler's security engines cannot glean enough information to make that determination, so we detonate this file in a sandboxed environment and observe the actions it attempts. While sandbox detonation is in progress, simultaneous download can be blocked or allowed as per customer policy. In this case, the customer configured the latter. Now, let's see what Zscaler Sandbox thinks. Select the Analytics tab and then choose Web Insights. Apply Sandbox as a filter, then from the drop-down menu, select Sent for Analysis. Switch to Logs at the top of the screen, then Apply Filters. In this case, the file was allowed per the policy put in place, but it was sent to Zscaler's Sandbox for analysis and detonation. So let's view the Sandbox detail report. As you can see here, the Sandbox determined the file to be malicious. So let's see which customer endpoints were affected. Back in Logs, choose View CrowdStrike Endpoint Hits. CrowdStrike is telling us the malicious file was detected on 3 endpoints. Looks like even though one host downloaded the file via internet, it reached 2 other endpoints via other channels. All endpoints are currently in normal status. Now, let's quarantine an endpoint host. Quarantining or containing cuts off network access from that host. Once quarantined, it can only talk to CrowdStrike's IP addresses or any other IPs specifically whitelisted by the customer's CrowdStrike policy settings. Via an API call happening in the background, you can now see that the status has changed to Containment Pending. Finally, we will confirm that the endpoint host was successfully quarantined. Click back to Logs and choose View CrowdStrike Endpoint Hits once again. Now we can see that the host's status has changed to Contained. Through just one UI screen, you can see which hosts got affected, the timeline of the infections, and take containment action.